into her history with Hispanics, La Raza, or Latin American people in her life, and we really appreciate it. Later on, we'll tell you her name and why she, what she does here at Channel 53 in San Francisco. But first, tell us, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Tunisia, North Africa, and then I lived a few years in France, then I moved to the United States.
Okay, and when was your first experience where you actually heard or saw a Hispanic, La Raza, or Latin American person?
Several times.
But the first one.
In the United States, I was involved with the group of people from Chile and also Ecuador, all the southern American area where they were kind of doing some work for the people there. It's a group that organized party for Latin American people. I also got involved with a friend of mine at Soliluna for a little while.
Okay. And so all those experiences were positive, I hope, or were they okay, or how were they?
Yeah, it was okay. And
positive. You learned to look at Hispanics, Latin American, La Raza people as positive human beings through them, or?
Yeah, I also worked with a Spanish magazine called Saludos Hispanos for about a year.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So now that you have let us speak through your experience with Hispanics, La Raza, Latin American people, now you can tell us your name and tell us what do you do here at Channel 53.
Okay, my name is Aline, and I do a community program for the French American community called French American Television. It's on every Friday at 9:30.
Okay, and what's the main idea of your program? What do you want to achieve with your program?
Well, French people who come to San Francisco Bay Area are not here for a long time. Sometimes they're here on a contract for 5 years. So I have, over the past 11 years, documented all the people that have come and go through San Francisco. And some of them are still here, but a lot of them already went back to France. And this will give like a history of the people of the French American community that have shaped this part of the city.
Okay, and what days and what time is it on?
Okay, it's on every Friday night at 9:30 p.m. It's not the best time because most people are out partying on Friday night, but for the moment it's on Friday night.
At 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, but people, if they're out partying, they can record it on their VCR.
And see it another day, right? The next day. Okay, can you give us a phone number where they can reach you?
Yeah, my phone number is usually not advertised on my show, which is maybe a mistake, but it's 415-474-3608.
Say one more time.
Oh, it's 474-3608 right here in San Francisco.
Okay, and do you have an email where they can do email with you?
Yeah, I'm on the America Online, which is a very popular online company. It's ALINEDI, alinedie@AOL.com.
Thank you. So we really appreciate it that you share with us, and we hope that the mutual exchange of information will help both of us. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, let me maybe ask you. You have your show is still on the air now?
Yeah, my show is still on the air, La Raza, with Bermudez, and it's every Friday at 11 p.m.
Oh, 11.
on Channel 53 in San Francisco, and they can reach me at 650-991-9490.
And it's a weekly show too?
It's a weekly show, half-hour show, every Friday at 11. And also, they can reach me through the email at larawrb@hotmail.com.
Okay. R-A-B-R, what?
LARAWRB@hotmail.com.
Okay, well, that's good. So I'll write it down because I don't have a good memory. But it's good to know you have an email address. So I wish you good luck now that you're back on Channel 53. And what are you producing mostly?
Well, the main thing that we do in our program is we come up with historical evidence that proves the patriotic deeds of La Raza, Hispanics, or Latin Americans for the Republic of the United States. because I feel that racism is based on the fact against Hispanics, La Raza, or Latin Americans. Racism is based on the fact that people don't know our historical evidence that makes us patriots of this country. For instance, a lot of people don't know that 80% of us are 80% American Indians, that you can see on my color. Then they don't know that our ancestors, the Hispanics, were the ones that hired Christopher Columbus to discover America, and that they were the ones that named America, America. When they tell us don't speak Spanish in America, they're making a big mistake, because America is a Spanish word that was created by our ancestors, the people that discovered America, the Spaniards. And then finally, they don't know that the first slaves in America, in the United States now, were the American Indians, where they were enslaved by the Spaniards to make this beautiful, it was a contradiction, right? We were enslaved to make a beautiful thing, which was the first European-American civilization in the 1400s, in the late 1400s and early 1500s. And then another thing that they don't know, especially that's very important for black people, is the fact that our bad ancestors, because I call them bad ancestors, the Spaniards, the Spanish people, the conquerors, they were the ones that brought the first black slaves in 1503 here to the United States. And that means that the first language spoken was the American Indian languages, then the Spanish language, and then the third language spoken in the history of the United States was the African languages, because the slaves were here in 1503. And the English-speaking people didn't come here until the 1600s. So a lot of people don't know that through the history of La Raza, and that's why we feel that all this evidence of our patriotic deeds for the country of the Republic of the United States is very important, because we have a lot of things that also makes it good evidence for a lot of other races too.
Well,
So that's why I do my program.
you're lucky you're in San Francisco, because the whole Mission District is Hispanic. So you're very well represented here, right?
Right.
You're like a good part of the population in San Francisco is Hispanic.
Yeah, well, it goes further than that. It's the fact that this Hispanic culture that we have in San Francisco was the first European-American culture, the southwest of the United States, because that was the first European-American culture ever in the United States. So it's been here longer than anything else.
But you won't find this, for example, in the Midwest, where everybody is more white, and you won't even find a single Hispanic.
Only in the southwest of the United States
Exactly.
you find that.
A lot of Hispanics.
Right.
So you don't feel lost here. You find that you have plenty of compatriots, right?
Right. No, I not only that, but I feel that my ancestors were here since the beginning of time, the American Indians. And then I already gave you the history of the other ancestors, the bad guys, the conquerors that came and conquered the southwest of the United States.
And then when it became United States of America, they went back to Mexico, or some of them stayed, right?
No. Most of them stayed. And some of them went back. Yes. Well, we had the same thing with our American Indian, the ancestors. When the English-speaking people came and started killing them for no reason at all, just to take their land,
to get rid of it.
a lot of them ran
Away.
south to Mexico and Central America, and they never came back.
Oh, yeah.
So we had the same problem when the so-called 49ers, or the thieves that came to steal all the gold and everything and all the land in 1849, when the United States took this over. Same thing, a lot of families didn't want their relatives hurt, and they went back to Mexico, and they left their country, their land, to be taken over by somebody else. And now when they come back, they're called invaders. And they're coming to their land, you know?
Yeah. I mean, but the legality now is the United States for everybody now.
Right.
Okay, well, it's been a pleasure to see you. So you still continue to do a lot of music on your show, right?
My program is based on entertainment to attract people first, and we use salsa music in a bilingual form so that people can hear oldies, standard USA oldies with a Latin beat, and I hope that attracts people to watch them dance or to listen to the music, and then they hear our messages of the evidence of history that we have to prove the patriotics for La Raza, Latin Americans, or Hispanics.
So you are American born, right?
No. I'm an American born, but not in the sense of the United States sense of American born. I was born in America, but not in the United States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Southern America then?
I was born in Central America.
Central America.
Right.
Which country?
I was born in a country that's called now Nicaragua.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nicaragua.
yeah.
So has the United States been good to you over the years?
Well, see, the United States is a country that has always been made up of really excellent people and really bad people. It's been a contradiction. And I think that most cultures are like that, most countries are like that. But the United States has done a lot of good things. There have been, that's why in my program I also talk about relationship with the good white people.
Oh, good.
Because there were
You don't want to show only the bad.
Right. Things like when the Spaniards first came, the white people from Spain came over and enslaved our ancestors, the American Indians. There were a lot of good Spaniards that fell in love with our female ancestors and married them, and that's where we came from, the half-breeds, the mix of white and Indian, right? And so they were good, and they fought and they died for their families like me, right, that they had created, because they were the ones that created the half-breed families in America. And so how can I say they were bad when they gave me, my good ancestry of good people? And also, there were a lot of Jesuit priests that when they came over from Spain and they saw what their own race was doing to the Indians, they turned against their own country. And they said, no, we're not going to allow this. And so their own country took them, all of them, back to Spain, prisoners and everything else, for having turned against. And we're just talking about Spanish good white people from Europe, but then also English-speaking good white people have been there through the years, supporting us to fight all the injustices that the racist, bad white English people have done against our race. So it's good and bad,
Okay, so you've been here over 20 years now.
Oh no, I've been here since 1956.
Almost all your life.
Yeah, I came here when I was 15 years old. So I spent most of my life here.
Oh, okay. So you pretty much acquainted on how to get around and how to find your way.
Right.
Except your roots are from another country.
Right. No, my roots are not from another country. See, what happened was I was raised by a father that taught me, look, you're 80% American Indian, and anywhere you go in America, you're in your country. Because America, from Argentina to Alaska, is your country, because you have your roots of 80% of American Indians. So to me, that's why I barely talk about my ancestor, my nation, because America, the whole continent, is my country, because of my 80% ancestor American Indian.
Okay, so you represent mostly then in your show the Southern America?
Well, I represent mostly in my show the people that are proud of that 80% of American Indian blood. That's the ones I represent, because, like there are a lot of subcultures, there are a lot of people that have been here since Spain discovered America in the late 1490s or whatever, and they never mixed. And they're still pure white in their families, and they hate American Indians, and they still think of us as their slaves and so on. So you have all kinds of subcultures within every race, within every culture, and especially in America.
Yeah, and in your so this is not a tan. So you when you mention you mix with Indian, that's the way you look?
That's my color. That's
your
color.
Natural color.
And like I said, I owe it all. My father was not a good provider. He was not a good father there every day, but he gave me the seed of education, the seed of knowing who I was and what I was and how much I was worth. And that's what this program represents, that love that I have for the ancestry of being an American Indian 80%.
And how did you discover Channel 53?
The way I discovered Channel 53 was in 1973. I did a benefit with all my friends from Santana, Azteca, and Malo. We did a benefit to save the music department of Mission High School. with all those musicians, and they were part of a band I had that was called Bermudez Salsa All Stars, with musicians
You're a
from Santana,
musician?
Azteca. No, I'm not a musician, but I'm a producer, you know.
Oh.
So I had put together this band back in the 60s, okay? And so they all became famous with Santana, Azteca, and Malo, and it was great. Can you imagine if you hang out with a whole bunch of musicians, friends of yours, and then all of a sudden they become famous 10 years later, and they become musicians in Santana, Azteca, and Malo, really famous? Well, that's what happened to me.
Really?
So I took them, and I said, well, now we have the band that we started of the Salsa All Stars. Now it's not only is it Salsa All Stars, but now we have musicians from Santana, Azteca, and Malo. And so we did a benefit in 1973 at Everett Junior High School, and it was such a success that we videotaped it. It was black and white, and I still run little segments of it in my program. And it was a duel of timbales between Coque Escobedo from Santana and Chepito Areas from Santana. They were fighting for the job, and they had it out right there in public in my production, and it's all on videotape. I have it all on videotape. And so I brought it, before it was in Channel 53, it was some other number of a channel in 1973, and I went to the public access, community access channel of the cable company in San Francisco, and I said, look, I have this, will you be interested in running it? And they said, yeah, and that was it. From then on, since 1973, I kept on running programs here on the community access or public access channel of San Francisco.
Okay, so you felt, you know, the inspiration to do it.
Right.
And you stayed
And it
with
worked.
And do you have any plans to make it accessible to more cities?
Yes, as it is right now, I'm bicycling it over to my son's city. My son lives in Pittsburgh, and there's the cable company covers Pittsburgh and Antioch. So through the sponsorship of my son's family in Pittsburgh and Antioch, they're also running it there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you send the tapes?
Yeah,
To your son?
No, I bring the tapes personally to my son, and we take it up there
I
every
see.
week. Yeah.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
That's good. So you
Yeah.
have already 2 cities. But it would be good if we had a channel that covers the whole Bay Area, right?
Well, what's going to happen is that this is what I heard in the meetings of producers that we have here. In fact, if any one of the producers watching this program wants to come to our meetings, they are the first Saturday of every month.
Excellent.
So please, please, please call me or call her. You know our phone numbers, and we'll give you the information. But anyway, in one of those meetings, I heard that one of the plans that they have is eventually to get a satellite hookup so we can send it out in space, and whoever picks it up, picks it up.
Why don't they do it?
Because it's very expensive, and we're waiting to have enough money to buy
A satellite?
to buy the satellite system to send it out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would be good, because it's a shame we put so much effort in that, so only San Francisco can watch it.
Right, and a lot of French people all over the Bay Area want to see your program,
Yeah.
and a lot of La Raza Hispanics or Latin Americans want to see my program, and they
Yeah,
can.
if we have satellite, they can reach
Anywhere in the world.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Canada.
If French people in China could bring it right in and watch it.
Oh, okay, then we have to work on that, right?
Definitely.
So let's hope we can find out how much it costs and maybe do a fundraiser, something like
Whatever we need to do to get
Yeah.
it up there.
that. Okay,
on
so
the satellite.
So you sound like you know a little bit about it already. So maybe take that seed and make it grow. You know.
Oh no, I took telecommunications at Skyline College in San Bruno back in 1985 to 80, and I got my certificate in telecommunications, and so I know a lot about it, and I'm hoping that someday our community access channel here in San Francisco can do that, put it up on the satellite.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's. So you offered it to Zane Blaney, maybe.
Yeah, we've been talking to Zane Blaney and everybody else that's involved in it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So anyway, it's been a pleasure to be on your show, and maybe we can do this again. And I thank you very much. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you, Aline.
Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
That's funny because the doctor is here. I gotta tell you why, doctor, it's very funny. Because, you know, when people have a lot of heartburn, they get to a point that it hurts so bad that they think they have a heart problem. And I did think I had a heart problem when I wrote that song. Ça s'appelle Histoire de cœur, heart story. And So I thought I was going to, how do you say that, hit the bucket. So I wrote that song. J'ai le cœur qui se fait la malle, j'ai ma vie qui se fout le camp. Laisse-moi te chanter ma balade avant de jouer le juif errant. Laisse-moi te chanter ma balade avant de jouer le juif errant. Il est temps de se dire les choses qu'on s'était jamais dit avant. Ne pas laisser la porte close si l'un de nous s'en va devant. Ne pas laisser ta porte close si l'un de nous s'en va devant. Car j'ai le cœur qui se fait la malle, j'ai ma vie qui se fout le camp. Laisse-moi te chanter ma balade avant de jouer le juif errant. Laisse-moi te chanter ma balade avant de jouer le juif errant. On peut pas dire qu'on se ressemble, pas vraiment le couple idéal, pas vraiment fait pour vivre ensemble. Toi sur terre, moi dans les étoiles, pas vraiment fait pour vivre ensemble. Toi sur terre, moi dans les étoiles. Car j'ai le cœur qui se fait la malle, j'ai ma vie qui se fout le camp. Laisse-moi te chanter ma balade et je jouerai le juif errant. Laisse-moi te chanter ma balade et je jouerai le juif errant. La 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 la. La 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 la. Laisse-moi te chanter ma balade et je jouerai le juif errant. I'm doing a concert here because they're paging me. Can you believe that? Okay, there is something I want to do. It's not on the. C'est pas sur le menu. Pardon Jean-Claude, c'est des formations. C'est pas sur le menu. Un de mes plus grands, enfin, une de mes grosses idoles du cinéma, comme la majorité d'entre vous, c'est Marcel Pagnol. Une de mes grandes scènes dans l'histoire des classiques, c'est Cyrano de Bergerac. J'ai cherché à trouver un moyen d'associer les deux. Et il y a quelques années de ça, quand j'étais au Club Méditerranée, on y est arrivé. La scène se passe dans un quartier de Marseille qui s'appelle Le Panier. Vous connaissez Le Panier? Ça s'appelle Cyrano de Bergerac à la manière de Marcel Pagnol. Eh ben oui. Assis au bar, après une table dehors, Naïs. De l'autre côté de la rue, César. C'est Naïs qui parle le premier, bien sûr. Et ça donne quelque chose comme ça. Oh Cyrano! Et qu'est-ce que c'est? Tu peux venir une minute? Il y a quelque chose que je voudrais te dire. Oh, oh, oh! À moi, coquin de sort? Eh oui, à toi, fan de Chine. Oh, oh, et qu'est-ce que c'est, Naïs? Eh ben, tu sais, tu vois, tu... Alors, tu me la dis la chose ou tu te la gardes? Cyrano. Ouais. T'as un grand blaire. Oh, mais tu deviens fada ou quoi? Eh non. Cyrano, t'as un grand blaire. Et tu leur redirais ce que tu viens de dire? Ouais. Cyrano, t'as un grand blaire. T'as même un grand blaire. Bon, eh ben, je sais pas si j'ai un grand blaire, mais j'ai des grandes oreilles. Et pourquoi que j'ai un grand blaire? Oh, t'as un grand blaire, c'est tout. C'est pour me faire de la peine que tu dis ça, petit? Ouais, ça fait 2 semaines que j'ai envie de te faire de la peine. Alors je me languis. Eh ben, t'es un peu court, bonhomme. Et tu aurais pu trouver autre chose si t'avais seulement 2 sous de pois chiches sous la casquette. T'aurais pu dire, par exemple, mais le nez de ce Cyrano, il est gros comme une tomate de concours, à Cavaillon. Et j'y avais pas pensé. T'y avais pas pensé parce que t'es trop gourde, tiens. T'aurais pu dire encore, mais son nez quand il se le mouche, mais c'est le Mistral. Il a déjà dit ça, M. Rostand. Il a déjà dit ça, M. Rostand. Il a déjà dit ça, M. Rostand. De quoi il se mêle, ce fagouille? T'aurais pu dire encore, mais son nez, quand il ronfle, mais c'est l'escadrille de Marignan au grand complet, y compris les hélicoptères, et ça fait du bruit, les hélicoptères, monsieur. On te fâche pas. Je me fâche pas. Je suis meurtri. Oh, tu vois pas te laisser meurtrir par la galéjade, non? T'aurais pu dire encore, mais son nez, c'est un pic, c'est un roc, c'est un cap. Que dis-je, c'est un cap? C'est une péninsule, la péninsule ibérique. Et qu'est-ce que c'est la péninsule ibérique? Mais la péninsule ibérique, mais c'est l'Italie, bougre de nifle. Enfin, marin sur le vieux port. Quand tu regardes avec la longue vue, tu dois avoir l'impression d'avoir des jumelles. Des jumelles de petites filles? Des jumelles! Que c'est une image pétubulaire, que ce serait très difficile d'aller expliquer à un fada. Voilà ce que vous eussiez dit, monsieur, si vous eussiez un peu plus de graines dans le figuier. T'as compris, imbécile? Non, j'ai rien compris. Mais je ne dirais plus que t'as un grand blaire. Je dirais aux gens, Cyrano, il n'a pas de blaire du tout. Tu vas pas recommencer, non? Tu vas pas recommencer, tu tombes d'une extrême dans l'autre. Tu vas pas recommencer, non? Eh non, il fait trop chaud. Eh ouais, il fait trop chaud. Allez, laisse le boire à ce pastis, grand couillon. Merci. I like to sing a song with my friend Baron Gordon. C'est le titre de la chanson titre de l'album, the title song of the album Mama Drey. It's called Mama Drey. That was easy. A little water. Je suis désolé pour le pager. Quelqu'un qui n'a rien compris? Ah. If you come, gather around me and listen to my song. You may think I am crazy, yeah, but you can be wrong. If you listen to it, you'll say unusual. It's not his kind of beat now. What happened to Jacques Brel? I wanna make it by myself. I wanna make it my way. I wanna make it by myself, as I promised to Mama Drey, Mama Drey. Will you believe me, my friend? I've got the fever in my blood. I wanna hear a crowd clapping hands. I wanna sing a song for God. I wanna make it by myself. I wanna make it my way. I wanna make it by myself, as I promised to Mama Drey, Mama Drey. By myself, I wanna make it my way. I wanna make it by myself, as I promised to Mama Drey, Mama Drey. If you come, gather around me and listen to my song. You may think I am crazy, oh yeah, but you can be wrong. If you leave listen to it, you'll say,